Hi everyone, I'm Lorie from Dee's. Today we are going to work on this corals and limes wreath. I just love the colors. Coral is my favorite to use and it's just so pretty and fun, and this would take you all through the spring summer season. So this is a really nice kit that we have available at shopdeeslouisville.com. On this particular one, I did use this sheet moss wreath. Now you could create that wreath on a grapevine or a greenery wreath or whatever type base you like. But we do have these beautiful sheet moss oval wreaths that are now available at shopdeeslouisville.com. So if you're interested in one of these wreaths, you can just purchase it separately. So in your kit for this particular wreath, of course, everything you need will be there for you. We have this beautiful bush, floral bush, that has all sorts of assorted greeneries and flowers and picks. You're going to get your 2 lemon pick stems and, of course, your ribbons and some wire. So to start out on this, I simply took my bush. You can see there's 4 different stems here. So I just took it and pulled it right off of the main stem, just like so. And then I trimmed this last piece off. And then my lime stems, I separated and took one of them and took apart one part of the lime. I called it a lime. So to get started, we're just going to fluff up our stems. That's the most important part when you're creating your wreath. And I'm going to trim my ends off just a little bit here. And of course, I'm going to dip a little bit of glue on the end of my stem. And we're just going to poke it right into our moss wreath. So it may seem a little difficult on some parts of pushing this in there. It is an open weave, but it's a very tight open weave, so you'll just have to kind of work it into that. Next, I'm going to take my full lime stem. We're going to trim off this stem here. We're going to fluff it up. And again, we're going to put a little glue on there. And we are just going to poke that right into our wreath. Kind of bend that up a little bit. And next, we are going to take another one of our beautiful stems. Again, I'm just going to kind of trim off this end. We're going to dip this in the glue here. And I'm going to insert this one over here on this side. Fluff up my greeneries. And I'm going to take my last part, my little half part of my lime stem, and put a little glue on it and tuck that in again at the bottom. And then we're going to take our last piece, well, our next to last piece. This is our last piece for the bottom. And I'm just going to tuck this right in on this side. And then we can kind of bend that and shape that if you want it to trail off or if you want it to curve up. That's totally your option. So next we are going to take our other half of our lime stem that we cut. And I'm just going to insert that kind of up here at an angle. I'm just going to push that right in there. And take our last floral piece. Fluff that up. And we're going to put a little glue on that. and go up in here and tuck that right in too. Just to add a little color up there. So now that you've got all your florals on, we're going to go in and take our ribbons. So we have these 3 beautiful ribbons, and they're so fun and bright. They're going to really pop and look great. So I'm going to start out with this check, and I'm going to leave a tail. We're going to leave a little bit longer tail so we can kind of stream it. And I'm only going to make 1 loop with that check. And then we're going to go in with this green. And I'm taking it the opposite way so I can have a loop over here. And then I'm going to have a tail that's going to trail down over here. And then we're going to add in this beautiful polka dot lime. And we're going to put 2 loops on that one. And we're just going to wire this off with our wire that's included in your kit. I'm just going to pull that around, pull that nice and tight. And then we can use that wire to just go up in here and wire this right to our wreath. So I'm just going to pull it around, pull it nice and tight, and twist that just like a bread tie. And then you can trim off your excess wire. Fluff your bow and kind of pull your stems around to show all those beautiful colors. And let me find my scissors. So now we're going to go in and we're just going to trim these. Now, my little coral ribbon, I've left it a little bit long. We're going to trim its tails. But we can go in and take this and kind of pinch this up. And you could connect this to the wreath or you could glue it, either way. So I'm just going to take my wire and wire this right up here. And then we can just take a little bit of glue. Put a little dot of glue behind that ribbon and catch that right in there. And then we're going to take these ribbons over here. I'm going to trim this one. Put those pretty V-cuts in the tail there. And we're going to let this black and white check edge and this little polka dot lime kind of trail down this side here, kind of pretty. And again, you're going to take your wire and just wire that right off. And then, again, just take a little bit of glue and dot it behind there where you've put the wire and just press that on your wreath. Or you could wire it directly to your wreath. We're going to trim our tails here. And the best part about wired ribbon is how you can just kind of curl it and add a little personality to it. So now we're going to go down here to the bottom and we're going to add some color to our ribbon down here. So I'm going to create a bow. Again, I'm going to use my plaid. I'm going to put 2 loops. And then we're going to add in our green. Two loops. And then we're going to add our beautiful polka dot. And we'll just wire this right up. Okay, and then we can go in anywhere that you want down here. Mine's just kind of centered a little bit. And we are going to wire our bow right on. Pull that nice and tight. Okay, and then we're going to trim this. Trim our tails off. And then we're going to use some of this excess that we have. We can run some more ribbon into the wreath if we want to add a little more color. And it's totally up to you. You could just leave your tails long. Make sure I have all my ends trimmed. There's one there. Okay, I think we got them all. So you could take your extra ribbon that you still have and go in and take these, put these together. You can wire these off. So I'm just taking my 2 scraps and I'm wiring them together, and then we can go right in here and just wire them right in on the left side of the bow over here. You can add a little glue if you'd like. And we can add some tails kind of coming up. I just love the colors of these ribbons. It's just so happy, pretty. And then you can just go back in and kind of fluff up your ribbons. Move your flowers around. They're all wired. So the color will be beautiful in there. And there you have a quick and easy coral and lime wreath. So this kit is available at shopdeeslouisville.com. You can check out the sheet moss over wreaths there too. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.